and he arrived in Eugene so late he couldn't do himself justice. But he is supremely fast and perfectly capable here of taking the title, as is this man, mind you. Akani Simbine of South Africa won his semi-final in 10.07, while Omanyala's was 10.02. Fourth in the Olympic Games last year, and in actual fact, Simbine, well, what a tough time he's had. Has been fifth, fourth and fifth in the last 3 World Championships. Emmanuel Aseme of Cameroon will be in lane 5, second in his semi-final in 10.14. He was second recently in the African Championships. He's a bit of a 200 specialist. That was in Mauritius back in June. But Pettis set a personal best and a national record in his heat yesterday. Brilliant from Aseme. That was 10.08. Huge roar for Nathaniel Mitchell-Blake, the only Englishman in this final. He goes in lane 6. He too is a 200 specialist. Won his semi-final in 10.13. He'll need to go quicker here, and he will finish fast, you can be sure of that. Jeremiah Azu of Wire.
Azu's coming.
Well, the Cardiff AC man, coached by Helen Fisher-James and Gareth Walton, is the UK champion in Manchester from a couple of months back, but he wasn't selected for the World Championships. He hadn't got the qualifying time. And Rohan Browning of Australia completes the lineup. The 24-year-old law student was second in his semi-final, 10.17. Went out in his heat of the World Championships. Well, he's given a much better account of himself here. Azu, by the way, in lane 7 in those Welsh colours, setting a personal best in his semi-final of 10.15. He was on the inside lane and he blasted away very quickly indeed and was not to be caught by all but one of the field in that semi. So who will beat the champion, Rob?
Well,
Who's your money on?
Yeah, if I knew that, I'd be a rich man, but I am so looking forward to this race. Can Omanyala become the first Kenyan to win this title in 60 years? Or will it be Akani Simbine successfully defending his crown and joining Don Quarry and Linford Christie as the only 3 men to do so? The African champion and the defending champion drawn in adjacent lanes, and a little touch of the fist there, maximum respect between them. This is a massive, massive moment for them and a great moment for athletics.
Linford Christie winning consecutive titles for England back in 1990 and 94. Then it was Atto Bolden of Trinidad and Tobago in 98. Kim Collins, remember him, for St Kitts and Nevis in 2002 was the champion. Asafa Powell took the first of 3 Jamaican golds in 2006 in Melbourne. Then Lerone Clark of Jamaica took gold in Delhi 2010, followed by Kimart Bailey-Cole in 2014 in Glasgow. And Simbine, yes, he is the defending champion. The stadium announcers asking the crowd for hush as these men focus
on your marks.
Absolutely, completely. Hearing the starters' orders, don't want any noises. Clicking of cameras sometimes is a problem, but they are called to their blocks. Azamati of Ghana on the far side in 1. Abekun of Sri Lanka in 2 in the blue near the top. Omanyala of Kenya in those fabulous Kenyan colours. He goes in 3. Simbine, the defending champion, goes in lane 4 for South Africa. In 5, Emmanuel Aseme of Cameroon. In 6, Mitchell-Blake of England. In 7, Wales' Azu. And Rohan Browning of Australia nearest the camera.
Set.
Good start there from Omanyala. He's got the jump on Simbine at the moment. Omanyala's going away with this one. He will not be caught. This is justice for the man who couldn't do himself justice in Eugene. He takes the gold for Kenya. 10.02 into a slight headwind, minus 0.9. But daylight between Ferdinand Omanyala of Kenya and the rest. Maybe about a meter's difference in it. And the winning time, well, it doesn't matter a hoot. Who cares that it wasn't under 10 seconds? It was brilliant running at the start. He got out of the block so well, put the others under pressure, and Omanyala has gold. And we talk about the Kenyans being the long-distance specialists. They dominate at cross-country. They're great at steeplechase, 5,000, 10,000. This guy is from the other end of the distance spectrum. Akani Simbine takes the silver, 10.02 from Omanyala. The South African 10.13. I think a tinge of disappointment of those features. He was well beaten, but he does take the silver. And Omanyala of Sri Lanka, a bronze medal, 1/100th behind Simbine, and that's a massive Ghana, the unlucky 4th place. Again, just 2 100ths down on bronze.
Well, from a neutral's point of view, you've got to be so pleased for Omanyala. It was an awful way for him to arrive at the World Championship as one of the fastest men in the world this year, only having 3 hours to prepare for his heat. It was a hopeless quest to try and taste glory and gold in Eugene. And he was under huge pressure tonight, drawn right next to Akani Simbine, the defending champion, who's finished with another Commonwealth medal, silver this time, and I think he is disappointed. He felt like he let an opportunity slip there. You can tell that he's a little bit reflective rather than relieved with that silver. Amazing bronze for Omanyala. The history just keeps on coming for the Sri Lankan. Their first athlete under 10 seconds and their first on the Commonwealth podium, bronze. But what about that? No Kenyan has won this title since Serafino Antal won in 1962 when it was over 100 yards. History again tonight in Birmingham. The Kenyan will be the toast of a nation thousands of miles away.
Well, Omanyala was the favourite. You look at his credentials on paper, the 4th fastest in Commonwealth history, 9th fastest man ever from anywhere around the planet. 9.77 he ran in the middle of September last year, and there was never any doubt about it. He led from the very first stride. Simbine tightening up there with the pressure of trying to get back. That's more than a metre lead. Great running on the near side from Browning, who just got out-dipped. It was so tight. You look at the place times, I'm telling you, from 2nd place down to 6th place, just 7 100ths of a second. I mean, that is